I think two goal oriented people. Like Darwin asked the question, who can cook, who's the good woman, and most of the time those disciplined women that came from two parent homes had parents that were shuffling them a certain direction. So like y'all said earlier, I'll take that everybody think they're a good person till somebody meet them or whatever. But a lot of the females that I know that were like that had a mission when they got to college. And like I was on the track team, so I wasn't thinking about, I can honestly say I wasn't thinking about marriage. I was trying to keep my scholarship. But it didn't mean I wasn't marriage material. I was just focused and in the zone. So a lot of times the women that and men that should be together, especially in college campuses, are mismatched or their schedules are jacked because he might be doing something in engineering or he might be playing basketball and you might be running track and y'all just never really just cross paths like y'all should. And all they're running into is the girls that's at the club with their feet on the wall with the bounce music going in Louisiana. Wop, 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 wop. That's all that they see.
I
And
fuck
for
them up.
us, all we run up on are the guys that don't understand why I gotta go to practice every day. He a lame. Like, so it's just kind of, I feel like a miscommunication. And I feel like if we start earlier for a meeting space where with people with like life paths, that if this wouldn't be so much of a misunderstanding and a gap, because I believe that it is a misunderstanding, and all those people that want to be out there like that, twerking on the wall, getting married when they're 55, they should be together somewhere.
I
And
agree with you.
As a
Hmm.
matter of fact, I
You
will say
get
this.
married earlier.
I will
That's
say
that
this.
So we
instead of
gotta wait till they get humble and then.
So, guys, what they're talking about here is how women of other races go to college and with the intention of finding their future husband, whereas black women go to college just specifically to get their degree and become Miss Strong Independent Woman, don't need no man, right? But I think this really starts from home, right? Because if parents are raising their daughters, I'm talking about black parents, right? Are raising their daughters just to find um to get a degree and focus on a career, to get a high paying job, and they don't mention anything about uh expectations about when they should be married or when they should start a family or seek out guys you see potential with in college, then black women are never gonna be focused on that, right?
And when they get humble and they have their kids and have their divorces, then they come
well,
to you ready with the Lord, and they're gonna make you wait to
well,
have
if you
sex with them till married.
boy,
get with
bye.
her,
I'm about to go, JR. I
Hey,
gotta go get up
I got a
early.
question. I got a question for the ladies. What percentage of men do y'all say are good marriageable men?
that's a lot of them. That's a lot of them.
Man, just give me a number.
Fifty
I
percent.
would say,
Fifty percent,
45%.
45. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, Shan.
I'm not answering this question again for another week in a row. I'll just go with what Cookie
Okay, fair,
average between the two.
fair. And then London,
30 to 40.
30 to 40. Okay, and what percentage of women would y'all say are good marriageable women?
The same
Fif-
amount.
35%.
15.
So roughly about the same, right?
15.
No, no. Ruth said something completely different. You said 35% of women. Okay,
I say
that's
15.
that's
You
All right.
being
a big
too nice,
separation.
Ruth.
Those are big separations
I
from you.
think
They ain't say the
I
same.
think
They
y'all
might
are,
be getting remarried. I don't know,
I
but
think y'all are being
35%.
generous in y'all numbers. I think if y'all were,
I said more for the men though. I
yeah,
said
no, no, no.
50%.
Even for the men, I think y'all are being generous for y'all answer. I think y'all will probably be
How
if
you
this.
gonna ask?
I think we need to first of all we need to define what's marriageable, all right? Because we just can't put use the word without stating what does marriageable mean. Does it mean a man who has lots of money? Does it mean a woman who has no kids from other men? Does it mean by a certain age, right? But does it mean a man who has a good job? Does it mean a woman who was raised to be a wife, right? Does it mean uh, uh, a woman who wants to be a stay-at-home mom, right? So marriageable means so many things to so many people. But I think at least they should have at least defined what marriageable means. For me, marriageable literally just means stability. Now that could be with a career, could be behavior, character, right? Could be somebody who's ready to fight for their family, whereby you're not filing divorce papers after one thing goes wrong because you feel you have so many options, right?
Ask me a question and then tell me I'm being generous.
I
That's
said,
crazy.
I'm just saying what I'm thinking. Let me just say what I'm thinking so I can make my point.
Swing.
It depends on where you are, though.
You
It
just
It
depends
don't
saying
on
matter.
where
He
you
about to
are.
make the same point anyway. He gonna
Let
make
me
the same point anyway. Let him go.
let me make my point.
You're
I
right.
think y'all are
Trey.
being generous, but I accept y'all answers. Then we roughly about what 10 or 15% away from from the numbers actually matching that, where the amount of good marriageable men are actually marrying the good marriageable women. Right now, women are hovering around 30 some percent. Men are also hovering around 30 some percent. 10, 15 percentage points, they'd be right around what y'all say. So, I mean, is it beyond the realm of possibility to understand that given what we think about good marriageable people, that the solutions that we're seeing from both sides is beyond the realm of possibility? Like we see from this side, a lot of women are saying this is how you got to approach these relationships because majority of them niggas ain't shit. And then on this side, we see a bunch of men saying this is how you deal with these women because majority of the women ain't shit.
That's why you look for love, because the way the universe works, you're not gonna cross the path of somebody you really want to spend the rest of your life with.
Pig facts. And so when you say
The
leveling up,
odds are you're not.
the men are not going to college to level up. It's my point. They'll never level up. It's my point.
No,
They're
they
not going to do it.
Who not
I'm
going? It
not.
was nothing but black men in my college.
No. I'm just listen. What I'm saying is more women go to college, right? My point is, it's a group of men that they're just never going to do it. Is my point. It's going to be a lot of them that do it. I see them all the time. It's good men working hard, yes, but there's some of them they're never going to get married or level up. And
They're fair.
that's the people I'm like, if you tell them to level up, they ain't never going to happen. Is all I'm saying.
Well, most
But majority of us were not taught to be marriageable, right? Because I think marriage is a concept, just like earning your degree. Somebody has to teach you the skill. You don't grow up, fall in love, then you get married. That's why most marriages don't work out, in my opinion. Like somebody should have taught you at some point in your life how to be a good husband or how to be a good wife. That's not something you just wake up and that's it and you do it. Even being in a relationship, it's just like cooking. Yeah, you want to eat good food, but if you don't know even how to make the food and all you know is how to eat, it doesn't work out. You're probably gonna gain weight. Probably gonna eat something you're allergic to just because it tastes good. You know what I mean? So I think marriage is a skill, and these days the parents don't teach marriage. Parents only focus on one thing: go to college, get a degree, get a job.
people
I
ain't
think
gonna be
it's
able to
more
make this.
women
Hold on,
doing
hold
that
on.
than
Yeah, go ahead,
men.
London. Go ahead, London.
So one thing that you didn't mention though, Sweeney, you said good marriageable people. We meet them all the time. Somebody that's good and a nice. They don't even have to be wholesome, but a nice person that you're like, oh, okay, they solid, but they're not your person, and so that dwindles down the number even further down because I
That's what
really
I'm
like,
saying.
you.
But what does "they're not your person" mean? Because we have seen so many instances where women leave good men because they're not their person. I think you should figure out if the person is your person or not from the beginning. And what I mean by that is rather than invest your time, they should be, let's go, you go on a date, you should have some good quality questions to ask and see how the person carries themselves on a couple of dates. You figure out rather than going down, I don't know, 10 years, then file divorce and say they were not my person. Or we didn't just, I don't know, they use some buzzwords like the vibe, there's no vibe or something like that.
if you ask me that number, I'm gonna say 2%. I'm not gonna say 34. I'm gonna say 2% of men do I feel like are compatible with me specifically.
Well, yeah, not specifically to you because then we get oddly specific when we talk about ourselves. I'm just talking about when you look at the world in general and you
But
say, okay, this group of people and these group of people, how many of these people are marriageable people? Because I think when we look at the marriage numbers and then we say, okay, I think the marriage numbers average out to the way that people feel about one another. So when you look at men and you look at women and you see how they feel about each other, the numbers kind of start to make sense. The prescriptions start to make sense. Like, I see why y'all only prescribe this type of behavior because this is what you're experiencing. Then you look on the other side and say, I see why y'all say go out there and get a BBL or whatever because that's what all the men are paying attention to. And the good marriageable men are all taking out the show. I'm not saying that this is necessarily true for the majority of people, but because we're online and we're seeing this shit happen online, that's what they're offering because that's what they're seeing.
But here's what y'all
That's
missing
why I'm
in
not
London's statement
stressing.
that she just made.
One out of 50.
She just exposed the double standard. She just said that there's only 2% of the men are compatible with me. When we talking about marriage, when we just identified and made it clear that women dictate the terms in the market for recreational use and men dictate the terms in the market for marriage. She is right there she is doing what a lot of women are doing. Not only are they trying to dictate the terms for recreational use, in which men have no issue. Men are not going into the market saying, oh, she's not compatible with me for sex. No, you just got to have your bread right so you can get your pick of the litter. And we don't have no issue. We just go get our bread right so we can have the pick of the litter. But now they're saying you also have to meet my criteria for marriage as a woman. Whenever she
Yeah, I think both men and women have different standards. Like I said, we need to define what marriageable is, you know, what constitutes a good wife to be, what constitutes a good husband to be. Because so many people have all these crazy standards. But also that I think that also goes back to the fact that we don't have good, great examples of people who have been married for so long. And also, if we have those people who have been married for so long, they don't put us on game. They don't tell us, you should do this, find somebody who should do this or like this. Nobody teaches us. Our own parents don't teach us about marriage. Now, obviously, most of them are not married or they're divorced. So at the end of the day, this marriage thing is one of the backbones for society to grow. But at the end of the day, if we don't learn the skill of marriage, we're just gonna go through the same the same cycle, and it's never gonna be. I mean, the community is never gonna grow. What do you guys think? Link down to below to the Lapif Network YouTube channel if you wanna watch more conversations like this. Till next time, subscribe. Peace.